Welcome. Thank you for choosing Geja's at Home Fondue Experience. I am Jeff Lawler, the proprietor of Geja's Cafe. I will be guiding you through the setup for an enjoyable evening to remember. What we have here is our 3 bags: our equipment bag, our hardware bag, cooking equipment bag, our essentials bag, and our food bag. Let me start with this bag here. We give you 2 small orange pots. One is for the cheese and one is for the chocolate. Then we have our larger pot, that's for the oil, and this is the lid for that. We have our smaller stand. This will be the stand used for the cheese and the chocolate. And then our larger stand. This stand will be used for the oil. Oil pot just sits right in there, like so. So there we go. All right. And in our smaller bag, we have our instructions sheet. Okay, packet. Here you will find the contents of all of these bags. A little checklist there for you. And then the following pages are a step-by-step guide from start to finish through cleanup. And then we have some pictures of our sauces and our sternos with the holes, which I'll explain later on. In this small bag, the essentials bag, we have our soybean oil. We have our Geja's candle from our dining room to help set the ambiance. We have 2 large sternos. These will be for the oil pot. We have 2 small sternos. This is for the cheese and the chocolate. Then we have a basket full of goodies. We have the 2 hot pads, which I will show you their use. And in our basket of goodies, this is our wooden paddle, which I will show you. It will be for the extinguishing of your large sterno. We have a rescue spoon. When you lose stuff in your entree pot, you will need this. We have a lighter to light the sternos. We have 2 roll-ups. In here you will find 6 fondue forks each, and I will explain that. Here you have a garbage bag for cleanup later on. We'll just throw this right back here. And you have a can opener to open the sterno lids and poke holes into larger sterno. And then this basket will be utilized for our cheese course, for our dippers. So there we are. And now let me, before we go into the cold bag, food bag, let me set up the table for the evening. So you take over the hot pads and you want to position them in a way that when you have your entree board for your dinner, it's going to go right here in the center between you two. The oil here. So this way you can reach and cook your items into the oil. This is for the cheese course and the chocolate course. This can just go right off to the side here, and then the basket of dippers will go right here. So grab the 2 stands. We have our small sterno, and in our small sterno, just gonna pop the lid. Pop the lid, and it'll pop like that. This grate comes off, this slides right in. You want to open this lid just so it's about 40%. This slips right back on there. As far as the entree sterno for the oil pot, you want to poke 3 holes in here, and these holes are meant to vent the sterno, put air in the side of the sterno so that the flame comes out better. And you just, that's what you do. And then pop the top off. Goes right underneath. And this little contraption is called a chimney. This chimney intensifies the heat on the pot to get the hot oil hot enough and keep it hot enough. So let's place our sternos. we go. Here we go. One thing I forgot to do before bringing it over is our soybean oil. Put it right in there. This soybean oil is a great oil for fonduing because it does not, it handles the heat well, handles high temperature heat, and it does not transfer the flavors of one food to another food. So this is pre-portioned. Just pour the whole thing right in there. Now I want you to save this container because when you're done cooking and late into the evening or the next day, you can just pour the dirty oil back into here and dispose of it that way. Lid goes back on. And this goes right back into the oil stand. Voila, we're all set up there. All right, we have our silverware roll-ups. And in here, you have the 6 forks there and 6 forks here. Set these to the side. These are different colors so that you know whose is whose fork and whose is whose items cooking. Go ahead and get these on the table for the cheese course. Voila. So we'll need these forks. We'll keep the lighter handy, the rescue spoon. We have the sternos handy. I'll use this cheese pot later on. We don't need the napkins. The strings are garbage. The sterno lid, we no longer need. We just sit back here. Save this later on. And now, ooh, I like the handle. Yes, the ambiance. Let's go ahead and light it. And set the mood. There we go. Fantastic. All right, this is our bag full of food, okay? This bag will keep your food cold, okay, for 3 hours after picking it up at Geja's. So keep that in mind. If you're gonna cook well after that, you wanna transfer this stuff to the refrigerator. Let me show you what we have in here. Our cheese fondue. This is a blend of Gruyere cheeses melted down in white wine, spiced with garlic, white pepper, and nutmeg, and then there's a touch of Kirschwasser, which is a cherry liqueur. We will heat this up later. We have our bread, our grapes, our apples. We have added vegetables to our cheese fondue. We have broccoli, onions, and peppers. Oops. Here we have our bar cheese. Just go ahead and take this out and you can start nibbling on this whenever you are ready while you're doing all this. This is a Merck sharp cheddar cheese with assorted crackers. Enjoy. What else do we have in here? We have our 2 Geja salads. And there is the dressing. The dressing is already inside. It is a Dijon vinaigrette dressing. We have our dessert plates with our pineapple, strawberries, Rice Krispie treats, pound cake, marshmallows, graham cracker crumbs. For when you roast your marshmallows, you drizzle it with chocolate, you roll it in the graham cracker crumbs, you got your s'more. And our banana. And we have a couple other small things here. We have our orange liqueur, which you will pour over the chocolate. And to light it, this is our seasoning for the entree course. Just season your food after you've done cooking it. We have our barbecue sauce. We have our herbed butter for the entree course. We got our chocolate fondue right here. And the entree board is our last thing to come out. There we go. Here we go. You will find the sauces will all be wrapped up individually. The proteins will be wrapped up individually. And the entire tray is wrapped in plastic. So there you go. What I want to do now is prepare this entree board. Just get it prepared so that when you're done enjoying your chocolate fondue, when you're done enjoying your cheese fondue, you can then have less work to do to enjoy your entree board. But I want to take a minute here and say, I have a pot over here heating up and I just tested it. This pot is hot to the touch. I can rest my hand on it a little bit, but this oil is ready to go. It's at the point where you take the lid off. This is about 20 minutes after you light the sterno. You take the lid off and then it'll continue to heat up and you continue to enjoy your cheese course and your salads. And then when you clear everything for the cheese, and you'll be ready to cook. And I'm going to demonstrate some things later on with this. So back to the entree board. Let's prepare it. Simply the silver cups, okay? The empty silver cups are for the barbecue and the butter here, okay? When you heat those up for your entree, you'll just pour that in there. Then our sauces. We have our teriyaki. This is chimichurri. This one you want to leave out and let it just come to room temperature. Here we have our horseradish and chive. One of my favorites with the beef and the broccoli. We have our Thai chili garlic sauce. Our fresh dill sauce. A lot of people's favorites with the vegetables. And our sriracha aioli sauce. There you go. All garbage here. Now, as I mentioned, the proteins are individually wrapped. So open them and just let them fall out. We got our shrimp. This is our Prince Geja's combination. This is 2 ounces of all our meats and seafoods. Our lobster. Whoops, got a little onion. Our scallop. Our beef tenderloin. And our breast of chicken. There we go. Okay. Set that up, make it look nice. We'll get this side ready. Chicken. The beef. The scallops. The lobster. I like to leave lobster to my last bite. It's my favorite, it's one of my favorite bites. So lobster's the last thing I eat. But you enjoy it any way you like. And our white shrimp, jumbo shrimp, they're just beautiful. All garbage. All right, our tray is ready to go. We're gonna put it in the refrigerator for now until you need it later on. Along with that, I'm gonna take our chocolate and our dessert plates. I'll come back and prepare the cheese fondue. And cheese fondue time. All right. Cheese fondue, you're gonna heat it up in the microwave. So I want you to just go ahead and loosen the lid. Rest it back on. Put it in your microwave just for a minute. And while that is heating up, let's prepare the basket. We got our breads. You don't want to dump all the bread, but we give you enough bread because people do like their bread and the cheese. So we have our apples. These are both red and golden apples. They're in a little bit of water to preserve them. Just go ahead and drain it. And take as many apples as you like. Don't need to use them all. There we go. Then we have our grapes. Grapes are my favorite fight with the cheese. The sweetness of the grape and the savoriness of the cheese is just yum. We have peppers to dip into the cheese. We have white onion. This is a surprisingly good bite. Good flavor profile. And then broccoli. Rip open. Dump it right on. Okay. Let's check out our cheese fondue. Okay, it's been in for a minute. It is still starting to heat up, but it's still cold in the center. So just give it a good few stirs. Mix the sides with the center. And then, there we go. Get all that deliciousness back in there. Put the top back on. Let's give it another minute. See how it goes. While that's being done, let's just set up our salads. The dressing, again, a Dijon vinaigrette dressing. Okay. There we go. A couple cucumbers. We got the curly Q carrots. There we go. Cucumbers. All right. Give this a good shake. Give it a little drizzle to your desired liking. And you got your salads ready to go. Look at that, perfect timing. See how we're doing here. Oh boy, that's really steaming. And you can see that it's really hot. Now when we pour this into the pot and we put it on the sterno, the heat from the sterno will keep the cheese at an ideal temperature. So there we go. This looks good. Pot here. Be sure to get every last drop of cheese out. This tends to be the favorite course for a lot of people. So we have our cheese, we have our salads. Let's go to the table. Grab the basket, grab the lighter. Basket goes right between you, however you would like. And to light the sternos, just simply lift the lids off already, light it, and it's good to go. At this point, you want to light the sterno of the oil, so the oil is heating up while you are enjoying the cheese fondue. This will take, in about 20 minutes, you will check this lid like I did before. So right now, you're ready to enjoy your cheese fondue with your dippers. Right back to this, here we are, here. Okay, we've got the cheese. Right back here, we have our oil pot. And the oil is hot. It's feeling like it's really hot, okay? I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna test it with a mushroom. See how that's bubbling? That's a good amount of bubble. Now, we put in the potato. Okay, that's okay. Good. As you cook items, you never want to have more than 6 forks in the pot at one time. The temperature will come down. And I want you to keep one thing in mind, the most important thing. Do not eat off these hot fondue forks. Let me demonstrate a couple of things. If this oil was even hotter than it is now and bubbling, simply take a dinner knife, go into the side of the chimney, lift it off, and rest it on the side of the stand. Now, let's say you've been cooking throughout the evening and your bubbles aren't happening like they were in the beginning and your sterno is getting weak. This is how you change the sterno. You take your wooden paddle, you snuff the sterno, then simply take your knife, okay, and you go right in here and put it on right back on the wooden paddle, and then you can replace it with the new sterno. Look at that. Potatoes nice and golden and mushrooms, they are ready to go. So this pot is perfect. It is very hot to the touch. Remember, the forks are very hot to the touch. And I just want to wish you all a great evening. Remember to refer to the instruction packet. It has the guide from start to finish through cleanup. So from Geja's home to your home, we hope you enjoy your wonderful fondue evening at home. Cheers. Thank you.